We ask that all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, and those administering the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. From all the crew working here in the booth, including our official spotter, Jeff Hoop, this is your voice of Hornet football, Joe Guthrie, wishing everyone a safe and enjoyable evening. Go Hornets!
So Bree, do you want me to get them like far away and like to see you getting closer up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present your 2024 Pride of Highland Marching Band. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and uncover for the playing of our national anthem.
On behalf of the Highland High School Athletic Department and Highland High School Student Council, we would like to welcome you to the 2024 Homecoming Game. The underclassmen have selected the following young women to represent their classes for the Homecoming Tour. Freshman Class Representative Cassidy Brandt. Cassidy Brandt is escorted by her parents Castasia and Cameron Harper. Cassidy Brandt has done cheerleading her entire life and is excited to start cheering at the high school. She says trying out for cheer was the best decision she has ever made, and that she will never take the friendships she has formed and the skills she has learned for granted. Cassidy looks up to her mom as she sees how much of a hard worker she is, and she is grateful to her parents for always pushing her to try new things. In the future, Cassidy plans on going to either the University of Miami or The Ohio State University to study law. Being a lawyer has always been a dream of hers, and she says she will work hard like her mom to make that dream come true. Freshman Class Representative Cassidy Brandt.
Sophomore Representative Addison Bentley. Addison is escorted by her parents Jennifer and Matthew Bentley. Addison Bentley is a sophomore and a lifelong Highland student from Hinckley Township. She is a member of the Fall Varsity Cheer Squad and the DARE program. Outside of school, Addison has been on the competitive dance team at NRDA since she was 5 years old. She is also a member of the team's pre-professional dance program since its inaugural year and intends to continue her dance career after high school. Addison wants to give a big thank you for the opportunity to be on the homecoming court and to wish the team the best of luck tonight. Sophomore class representative Addison Bentley.
Junior class representative Kate Vickerman. Kate Vickerman is escorted by her parents Jeff and Karen Vickerman. She is super excited and honored to be a part of this year's homecoming court. Kate has been a part of Highland golf program since middle school. Kate received her varsity letter for golf last year and has enjoyed this past season as a varsity golfer as well. Kate wants to give a special shout out to Coach Chester for putting up with all of her antics this past season. Kate is part of the DARE program at the high school, and Spanish is her favorite class. In Kate's free time, when she's not golfing or practicing, she can be found at Accelerated Fitness, babysitting Highland kids in her neighborhood, or just being with her family. In the future, Kate plans on studying nursing at a university in Ohio. Junior class representative Kate Vickerman.
And now for the senior class representatives as selected by their peers. Senior class representative Lauren Finding. Lauren Finding is escorted by her mother Lita Battelle and her father Corey Finding. Lauren is from Hinckley Township. Lauren is the co-president of the Key Club. She plays center snare in the marching band. She is the social media manager of Pangea Kids, and she is also involved in NHS, student council, lacrosse, and the play Little Women. After high school, Lauren plans on attending Ohio University and is undecided on her major. Senior class representative Lauren Finding.
Senior class representative Chloe May. Chloe May is escorted by her mother Katie May and her father Steve May. Chloe participates in student council as the communications officer. She is a DARE role model, a member of VOF, a member of the book club, and Key Club. Chloe also participates in gymnastics and cheerleading. After high school, Chloe plans on attending the University of Kentucky to study sports medicine or physical therapy. Senior class representative Chloe May.
Senior class representative Leah Norman. Leah Norman is escorted by her parents Daniel and Julie Norman. Leah is currently enrolled in the Allied Health and Pre-Nursing program at the Medina County Career Center, where she earned her nursing assistant certification. Leah would like to further her career in the medical field at Miami University. She is currently a student ambassador and tour guide at the Career Center and has been involved with student council, unified sports, softball, track and field, and school musicals at Highland. Outside of school, Leah is involved with competitive dance and a number of volunteer organizations, and currently works at Chick-fil-A and the Portage Country Club. She would like to thank her parents for always setting a great example and for leading her in the right direction. She is beyond grateful for their love and guidance, which has shaped her into the person she is today. Senior class representative Leah Norman.
Senior class representative Bianca Palante. Bianca Palante is escorted by her parents Giovanni and Lisa Palante. Bianca is from Sharon Township. Bianca is involved in varsity golf and football, and she is a member of the National Honor Society, a 6th grade camp counselor, and she helps with unified sports. Bianca is undecided on where she would like to study in college, but she plans on studying occupational therapy. Bianca would like to thank her parents for their love and support. Senior class representative Bianca Palante.
Senior class representative Mira Simic. Mira Simic is escorted by her parents Oliver and Miki Simic. Mira has been a part of the Highland Local School District since kindergarten. Mira is extremely passionate about soccer and has been playing since she was 3 years old. She currently works as an assistant coach with Manna United in Strongsville and has committed to John Carroll University's women's soccer team in the fall. She plans on attending the Bowler School of Business, where she will be majoring in business management with a minor in marketing. Mira would like to thank her teachers and peers for making the high school experience memorable and enjoyable. Senior class representative Mira Simic.
Senior Class Representative Kendall Stiles. Kendall Stiles is escorted by her father, Mike, and her mother, Jen Stiles. Kendall has been a student at Highland since first grade. She is a class representative, DARE role model, and a member of National Honor Society. Kendall dances and cheers competitively at Once Upon a Dream Dance Studio. She plans on studying business at The Ohio State University. Kendall would like to thank her classmates and teachers for her unforgettable experience at Highland High School. Senior Class Representative Kendall Stiles.
And now the crowning of the homecoming queen. The senior class has selected Lauren Finding as the 2024 homecoming queen. Congratulations to all of our court members. Please rise for the playing of the alma mater. Enjoy the game and go Hornets!
I'd like to give a special thank you to Culver's on Medina Road for feeding our press box crew and the media team every Friday home game. We also have several vendors, businesses, and restaurants that help feed the football team throughout the season. And those are included is the Blue Heron Brewery, which is off 162 in Montville, Galaxy Restaurant in Wadsworth, Thirsty Cowboy on Route 18, Cocoa Calf in Hinckley, Forever Fence, Forever Fence and Rail, Throckmorton and Kraft Families of Sharon, Chick-fil-A in Medina, Foster's Tavern in Hinckley, Old Carolina Barbecue in Medina, Master's Pizza on Route 18, Leonardo's Pizza in Fairlawn, and Pivotal Healing Center. I'd like to start off this evening by introducing the 2024 Roosevelt Rough Riders defense. It includes number 1, Jaden Dennison, number 2, Jaden Portis, number 3, Parker Gisadaki, number 4, Tyler Ellington, number 5, Teddy Macaron, number 6, Michael Shannon, number 8, Dion Dickerson, number 13, Tristan Page, number 17, Lucas Bankhauser, number 34, Siler Foreman, number 52 is Ethan Humbert, number 58, Patrick Bartley, number 59, Carter Foreman, number 64, Noah Dunlap, and number 69, Kyle Salazar, and lastly, number 75, Ethan Brown. Head coach is Cardell Jackson. This evening's game is sponsored by Meltzer and Silico Howard Hanna team, who are raffling off Hornets time.
Welcome, everybody. This is Brandon Lipchek sitting next to my friend, Coach Jay Grissom. I'll tell you what, Jay, there is no place we'd rather be than a Friday night homecoming here in Granger Township.
Right.
I travel around the country, and I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing that beats right here, right now.
I love it. No, hey, you know what? Homecoming night, kind of it's a fun weekend for everybody, and seeing a lot of alumni here tonight. Got a good match, a good conference matchup tonight.
You can't get any better weather than tonight.
Exactly.
I mean, we've had some rain in the past weeks, right? We've had some, but this doesn't get any better. I don't know if it's 66 degrees, but it feels like football weather, and we got a good matchup today, Jay.
Yeah, exciting to get back to it. You know, we've been away the last 2 weeks, picked up a couple wins. You know, so Highland pushed their record out to 6-0. And, really off to a really strong start this year. So, and facing a 2-4 Kent Roosevelt team tonight that's, you're going to talk about them a little bit, but I know they're young and getting better, right?
Well, they got a couple wins this year with Ravenna and Cuyahoga Falls, and they had the first half of last week against Copley. It was a great game. They had the lead at halftime, and it was a fun game to watch. What this team has is they have playmakers. They have a young – talented backfield with Yante Smith at quarterback, and then they have a freshman running back, Makai Jones, and then they got a couple young receivers, but they'll make plays on you for sure.
Right. Well, and Highland's coming in, a little road trip. Went over to Talmadge and got a 49-0 win 2 weeks ago, and then last week at Barberton in an absolute downpour, a 49-7 win. So. And some of the numbers these guys are putting up. I know, Dylan Borla, 4 touchdown passes last week. I believe that's only the 4th time in school history that one of our quarterbacks has gone for 4 touchdowns. Casey Miser keeps pushing that overall touchdown total up. I believe he's got 17 rushing touchdowns and another 4 receiving. Offensively, really good things, and then obviously giving up 7 points on the road over the last 2 weeks. I think the defense is getting themselves right as well.
Well, we're averaging 43 points a game, and we're giving up less than 9 points a game, I think I saw. So, I don't know that I've ever seen a more balanced Highland team, and that's saying a lot because we've been fortunate to have a heck of a high school program here for years and years, right? The norm is 12 and 13 wins, and in many ways we're spoiled. But when you look at what we're doing through the air and on the ground, I don't know that I've seen anything like this. And then when you factor in the guys like Noonan and Zywick and the gang, and we're winning the line of scrimmage, we were going to have keys to the game, but they're getting repetitive, right? It's like our line is doing their thing each week, and that makes it easy for the other position players when we're winning the battle up front.
Yeah, and I think this offensive line is just a really strong unit. They work so well together, and they've got a couple guys that they've plugged in, because of some injuries and things like that, and they haven't missed a beat. And so like you're saying, up front's the strength, obviously, and then you put talented guys behind them with Miser. Borla is currently passing the ball at a 76.2% completion percentage with just over 1,000 yards, 1,081 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1 interception on the season. So you can't get any more efficient than that.
And he's leading the county in passing.
Right.
And then you layer in what Miser's doing. It feels like he's a 6th-year senior, but he's a junior. And he's 21 touchdowns on the season.
Right, and I mean he's 101 attempts for 801 yards, 7.9 per carry. He's been a victim of not getting very many carries because of the scores of these games, right? So He's second in the county in rushing yards, 17 touchdowns. But I think it's kind of incredible, too. He also has 7 catches for 239 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to get going here. Kent Roosevelt won the toss, elected to defer their decision to the second half. So Highland will be receiving the kick as we get ready to go here on a beautiful Friday night.
Miser's back there with Girding. That's Miser.
Across the 30. And he is going to be brought down by number 3, Parker DeSadicki. So Sam Schnellenberger doing the place kicking duties to start the game for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. So it'll be interesting to kind of see, what's the plan of attack. Roosevelt, everything that I've seen so far has come out. They're running a 3-4 base defense, aggressive, like every 3-4 defense. They're going to be blitzing a lot. They like bringing pressure off the edge. And especially one thing I noticed, they like bringing pressure on the short side of the field too, and their outside linebacker up on the line of scrimmage right now actually, as he does come on a blitz. Miser slips underneath it, but they get him stacked up pretty quick.
That was well defended.
It was.
This defense is a talented group, and they're susceptible to some big plays. They gave up a number of big plays to Copley, and it was evident that their goal last week was to stop Cox, and they did that, but that opened up some other opportunities in the passing game.
Right.
So I'm going to be interested to see, because with the multiple weapons that Highland has, you can't just stop one guy.
That's correct. Borla fakes it to Miser, and that is Luke Burkmeyer on a post route out to about the 20-yard line.
Looked like maybe a double move, and exactly what we were just saying. They're an aggressive defense, and they bid on it a little bit, but what a good route and a good pass.
And just a little play action to freeze them.
Yes.
And that's a pickup of 37 on Borla's first pass of the game. Borla on a give to Miser this time. He's got space to move. That's going to be a pickup close to a first down. He was met initially by number 34.
Yeah, that's Kyler Foreman, the sophomore.
And it looked like Jaden Dennison came in to finish it off, number 1 from his safety position.
They run that 3-4, but like you said, it's rare when they're not bringing one or two of those linebackers, and here they come again. That's Miser off the left side.
And he's got space.
Wow.
Dragging.
Looked like he got in.
Down inside the 1-yard line. He's brought down again by Jaden Dennison.
That was one of those where Miser got hit at about the 5-yard line and didn't stop.
So first and goal, right at, or maybe just inside the 1-yard line. Got 3 receivers right, and that is a give to Miser, and he takes it in. So Hornets continue the efficiency. Nice drive there to get him on the board early.
It was highlighted by the play action pass to was that Girding or Burkmeyer?
Luke Burkmeyer, correct. So
Arvanites snapping to Gibb, and Kauza kicks it through. He's become a reliable kicker this year, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Soccer player. We'll talk as this game unfolds about some of the other fall sports that are happening around Highland, and it's a good time to be affiliated with Highland sports. I mean, there's up and down the lineup is good teams that are winning Suburban League championships, and what Kauza and the team are doing with boys soccer is only one of the many examples.
Right. Yeah, fall sports have been good to the Highland Hornets so far this year.
Jay, I'm going to use this opportunity to once again thank Amanda Fall and her State Farm Insurance Agency for making these things possible. Amanda's passionate about helping our schools and serves as a trustee for the Highland Foundation. She's very present around here. Her and her husband Jeremy, they pride themselves on being hyper-local, personalized service. So thank you so much, Amanda. Without what you're doing, we wouldn't be able to be up here.
Absolutely right. So Cow's kick goes into the end zone, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders will take over at their own 20-yard line.
For a high school kicker to routinely put it in the end zone by 5 to 7 yards has to be something. I mean, I think the only time he doesn't kick it in the end zone is when the guys say, you know, give me a chance to maybe hit somebody here.
Right.
Kick it a little bit shorter.
Yeah, they've done some some angle kicking and they've tried to be aggressive with it, but at times, like if you can just put them on the 20, there's a little play action. They swing it out, and that pass is going to fall. They are saying incomplete, so it was a forward pass. I thought that almost looked like a lateral where that
was Yante Smith throwing it out to Tyler Ellington, number 4. In their home telecast last week, they were calling Tyler Ellington Peanut is his nickname, but he's 6'2", 185. So he's a sophomore, so he's part of that talented group back there.
Yes. So there is a give.
Hit hard by Jamison Gordon and
Gordon, Matt
Dean.
Jamison Gordon's had a great year. You know, first time starting at that Mike linebacker spot. He's done such a nice job. Always around the football.
He sure has. And I'll tell you, the move that they made whenever it was 3-4 weeks ago, moving Matt Dean down on the end position has been something interesting to watch as well. He's getting a lot of plays in the backfield, sacks, and making things happen too.
It's been nice to see, you know, using his speed a little bit. No hesitation coming off the edge. That is swung out and read really, really well.
That sure was.
That was completed to Tyler Ellington. I believe Kyle Williams might have been, or Colton Faust may be the first man there on that.
That was a completed pass for about 4-yard loss.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 14. As the Rough Riders are in punt formation.
Berkmeyer's back there with, I think that's Dubkowski back up top. Is that, let me see.
It's probably Berkmeyer. Yeah, that's Berkmeyer.
Berkmeyer and Dubkowski.
That punt is a little short, but it does take a Rough Rider roll to about the 49.5-yard line. So the Hornets will take over in Kent Roosevelt territory.
Well, it's a typical Highland Hornet start, right? They get the ball, they score, they play defense, and now they have the ball in good field position.
Right. Yep, quick 3 and out, right, get the offense right back on the field.
And that's what happens, too, when your defense doesn't give up yards. We don't talk about the field position much, but
Sure.
It's rare when we start drives deep in our own territory,
Correct.
Really.
So a little fake to Miser. They swing it out. That is Evan Faust on the catch. But that was well read there by the Rough Rider defense. That's only a pickup of about 1.
That was junior number 5 Teddy Macarone up there quickly with a couple other guys helping him.
Kyler Foreman also there, yes. So a little play action, and just they actually brought Faust behind the line of scrimmage all the way across, trying to get him in the flats, but that was well read by the Rough Rider defense. There's going to be a give to Miser on a stretch play. He's got good blocking outside, gets the edge, and he is finally forced out of bounds by Jaden Dennison. Nice pickup there. You know, just a stretch play, outside zone.
Good blocking at the point of attack.
And good blocking from those wide receivers once again.
Yes.
I love watching those wide receivers block. It's the difference. It's the difference in a 5-yard gain and a 25-yard gain. So Borland the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side. And he has a wide open man on a post route, but maybe just a touch underthrown.
Yeah.
And that was broken up by number 2, Jaden Portis.
You know what happened there? It was a well-designed play. It took a little too long. Our guy was open, very open, but it took a little too long to develop, and it allowed the safety to get over there and make a good play on the ball.
Made a great play on the ball. Yeah, they brought Girding, you know, showing that end around on a little play action, but not able to hit that one. So another play fake. This is swung out to Girding. Gets a nice block there by Nick Dobkowski. Spring him loose for a pickup of about 8.
Well, you know, and these receivers and running backs would be the first to tell you that they can't do what they do without the blocking of each other, right? And we talked about this a couple weeks ago, Jay. A receiver can affect the game a few times catching the ball, but he can affect the game every play blocking, just like Dobkowski just did.
Yes. So there's a give to Miser off the left side. It's going to be a pickup, and the ball comes loose, but they are going to roll him down.
Yeah. You know, 3rd and 2, 5-yard run, move the chains. It's easy to say it was only a 5-yard run since I think he's averaging 8.5 yards a pop, right? But that was a good play.
Hornets, you spend a lot of time in this formation, 2 receivers and a tight end to the strong side of the formation. As Borlow on a play action tried to hit Dobkowski on a slant, but a nice play on the ball by, that was number 5, Theodore, or Teddy McCrone. Nice job breaking that pass up.
You know, that time he wasn't fooled by that play action. You know, he stayed back and made a nice play on it.
So 2nd down and 10. They have 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Borla going to keep this one. And looks for a late pit. Oh, they're going to call that a forward pass incomplete. So that will go as an incomplete pass to bring up 3rd and 10. Yeah, that was really well read by that Roosevelt defense. And that is one of those RPOs where he's got a little gift route over there after that fake. I think that decision was a little later than maybe what Coach Gibbons is wanting.
Yeah. Well, it's 3rd and 10. Girding's out to the left and Dobkowski's out to the right. Miser's in the backfield. Here comes Girding. Oh,
As
boy.
the snap gets away. And Borla's just going to have to cover it up all the way back to the 37-yard line. So that's, you know, that takes him out of field goal range now.
I think it was the snap was low.
Yeah, and there was an illegal shift on the play, but that was declined.
Well, it's something that we haven't seen a lot lately, and that's the Highland punting group come out, the punting unit.
So Landon Kuzma in punt formation. Arvanites' snap is a good one. Kuzma a high spiral.
Oh, that was a good try by Arvanites.
Josh Arvanites on the coverage. That ball just about a yard too much and ends up in the end zone for a touchback. The Rough Riders will take over at the 20-yard line.
Let's take a minute here, Jay, while we have a pause in the action to thank a sponsor, Automatic Pool Covers in Northeast Ohio. Local business located in Hinckley exceptional customer service and top-notch products tailored to your needs. A team of experts will collaborate with you to recommend the perfect automatic pool cover solution for your pool, new build or existing. We'll talk more about these guys, but we appreciate your sponsorship as well.
So Rough Riders come out 5 wide, going empty, and they're going to go with a little quarterback power. So they brought the tight end on a smack block from the opposite side of the formation, trying to open something up on the right side. He's able to pick up about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Carson Noonan on the stop.
Yeah, that was a Kent stiffened up when they needed to there, down there. Now they got the ball back and a chance to do something. They haven't shown that they can move the ball yet.
Hornets showing pressure, and they're bringing it. And they've got that one. Going to be a tackle for a loss. Like J-Mo Gordon.
Yeah.
Callan Whitling in on that stop.
Well,
So Hornets, I mean, they brought every single linebacker on that, and just, you know, too many men to block. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 on that loss of 2. So Yante Smith in a shotgun. As he drops the pass. He's got pressure forced out right. Looking for number 10, Gavin Peeps. That ball falls incomplete and is going to bring up a 4th down. So Hornets defensive line, you know, the usual suspects, Noonan and Zywick, both forcing pressure.
Yeah.
Flushed him from the pocket. And forces a 4th down.
And then he, you know, there was only 2 guys out on the route, so there was 3 Highland Hornets back there, and he just had to try to make something happen.
So a low line drive kick. That ball's going to check up right at the 49-yard line. So once again, Hornets are going to take over in Kent Roosevelt territory. Nice job by the Hornet defense there. You know, give up a 2-yard run on 1st down, and then a tackle for a loss, and an incomplete pass. Get them into 4th and 10 and force the punt.
And then another drive starting in their territory, like you said, and you wouldn't be surprised to see some good things with this drive. Let's see.
That's given to Miser, and he breaks a tackle right up the middle, and he takes it down to about the 20-yard line. Boy, he was met at 1 yard.
Yes.
As we have a Rough Rider down with an injury.
There was quite a collision.
There was a collision.
Like you said, near the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2 deep. And the amazing thing is, Miser, a lot of times you run a guy over, but you fall down in the process, right? He was able to keep going and picked up steam real quick. So we had said we were going to mix in, when able, some updates on some of the fall sports.
So I think
we'll do that as we're coming up. But like one example is the boys and girls soccer, Jay, and you know the boys team is 9-2-3. Sectionals coming up. The girls soccer team is ranked number 1 in Ohio.
Yeah.
and 9th nationally.
Yeah. Off to an outstanding start as that ball's given to Miser again off the left side. He's got space and he is in. So a 21-yard touchdown run for Casey Miser, his 2nd on the night, 19th on the season. He's closing in on some records, some single season records for this Highland Hornet football program as well. Yeah, but back to the soccer team real quick. Both of those soccer teams real quick. Boys off to a great start. You know, had just, you know, it's so nice to see all the success this fall and in the girls program, what Coach Zufall's doing with those young ladies. I mean, they are just.
Well, number 1 in the state, number 9 nationally,
Yes.
right? Two consecutive Suburban League crowns, but that's a talented group of ladies there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement to see, you know, and again, their sectionals and that's all getting going here in the next couple of weeks, and a lot of excitement to see what they can do. Made a great run last year into regionals, lost a heartbreaker in a regional final last year in a snowstorm over at Brunswick. Really? So excited to see what those young ladies can do, and obviously the boys off to having a great season as well.
Well, we're up here and we get to talk and watch football, and that's what we, you know, that's the focus. But there's a lot of other sports going on around here and having a lot of success.
A lot
right?
of success, correct.
John Bailey's got to be proud of the program and what all the coaches and players are doing here at Highland.
So this ball is kicked away, and it is going to through the end zone.
Well, we said, Jay, we weren't surprised to see that third series that we just had, because the second one didn't go as planned, and there's high expectations on that sideline. So I have a feeling that the coaches got the offensive group together and said, all right, that didn't go how we planned it, but
let's iron some things out.
Let's make sure that this next drive does.
Let's get back on schedule. Correct.
Maybe two plays.
Right.
Was it 2 runs to Miser?
2-play drive, 21-yard touchdown run by Miser.
And now the defense gets back out there.
So Miser had 2 rushes for 49 yards on that drive and a touchdown. So empty backfield. Straight drop, going to swing it out into the flats. He's got a little bit of space this time.
That was number 5.
Teddy Macron.
Yeah.
Brought down by number 5, Colton Faust.
You know what you see though out of this team? You see a young team, and you see a talented team. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of plays where they look real good, right? They're still searching for that consistency, I think.
Sure.
But look at that play. That was a well-designed, executed play, and now they got a 2nd and 4, which is right where they want to be.
That play is stacked up immediately
by the whole defensive line.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Zywick, Dean. Look like Cody Bendow in on that stop as well, number 65. So 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Set up a little screen pass. He's got a little bit of room out front, and that is going to be good for a Rough Rider first down.
That's Makai Jones, the freshman. And I'll tell you what, we've talked about this too. If our defense has a Achilles heel, and it's not much of one, is that we can get aggressive. So a screen pass is a great call against an aggressive front 4 like that, you know, aggressive linebackers. And that was a really good timed call there.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. It's a tough running down, but they haven't had a lot of success in the passing game, so let that defense over pursue a little bit, flip it out there, pick up a first down, move the chains. And we're going to have a Rough Rider timeout with 1:37 left in the first quarter. Hornets up 14-0. What else we got going on? How about this? How about these golf teams?
Yeah, the golf teams, I don't know if we pull up the graphic or not, but
There it is.
what the the boys qualified for districts, and Zach Butcher threw up a 73 over at your course, Good Park. Jay,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever shot a 73 at Good Park, but
lots of trees there.
that's
You got to keep your ball straight.
that's
and,
correct.
And Zach Butcher must have done that.
and he's
then,
had a great season too. Zach's had a great season.
yeah, and then we'll talk about the girls here in a minute. 1st and 10 here for the Rough Riders.
Going to bring it on a jet sweep. And that is, he's going to be forced out at about the 40, maybe the 41.
And that was just a little sweep to Jaden Portis.
Yeah, nice pickup there. Just a little jet motion. Getting an outside zone, and nice gain on 1st down, a 6. Bring up a 2nd and 4. Ball out to the 39-yard line.
There's some speed on that offense. I like that. I like our defense has to face some talent like this. Let's see what we can do.
Smith in shotgun. He takes the snap. He's forced outside the pocket. And what a beautifully thrown ball down the sideline. Scrambling to his left. Completed to number 2, Jaden Portis.
What a play that was.
And, not bad coverage there.
No, 17 was right on him.
Yeah, that's Chris Metzger.
That's Metzger.
And, those scramble drill, pick up a 40 yards on that play. And in a scramble drill, that's a beautifully done job by Yante Smith there to get the Rough Riders in scoring position.
I mean, he had pressure up the middle, scrambled out to his left, and was able to get enough space and make the best throw I've seen made against us all year.
So Smith back to pass on a short roll to his right. He's got a man wide open on a corner route. And that is Tyler Ellington on a flag route. You know what I loved about that play right there is that's a quarterback on a short roll, but what he did, he attacked the line of scrimmage, got his shoulders square, let that play develop, and threw an absolute dart right at the pylon for a touchdown for the Rough Riders.
And he wasn't looking to your point, he kept his eyes upfield, right? He could have run that ball for 5 to 8 to 10 yards, it looked like to me. And he kept his eyes upfield and made a great throw.
So Snellenberger knocks it through for the extra point. We've got a 14-7 ball game here.
Well, before I get to there, I want to talk about the Roosevelt coach, but let's finish up on that golf if we could. We talked about the boys,
right?
But we were about to talk about the girls, and they're headed to they had their 5th straight sectional crown, and Elizabeth Coleman is leading the way for that team. She shot a 67 at Fox 10.
67. She's put up some numbers this year that are absolutely incredible. And you know what? It's what Coach Becker's done with that program through the years. I always kind of joke that she might as well own. She probably should just buy a condo or something down in Columbus because they go down there every year. And I know this year it's going to be a little bit different because the divisions have changed and stuff. But for years and years and years, they've been playing in the state tournament as a team. And that's, I think, the most impressive thing is it's not just one athlete that's getting out every year. She's got them going down as a team year in and year out, and have had some top 2 and 3 finishes in the state championships. So Snellenberger on a squib kick is picked up.
That's Phillips.
Nice return there by Garrett Phillips, getting upfield. Out across the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line.
Just to finish up that golf, though, Jay, you're exactly right. It's not one young lady coming up each year. It's year in and year out, and there was 3 girls that broke 75 there at Fox 10, right? So it's a consistent team effort that's year after year, much like the football program with the golf, and now with soccer and with cross country, and
and then also big news this week from her program, class of 2013, Jessica Provoznik just earned her LPGA Tour card.
That's a great example. There's Miser
there's
off
Miser.
the left side for another 5 or 6.
So
Yeah,
these girls are
right.
moving on and doing, she played at Ohio State. She qualified for a U.S. Open as an amateur twice. I just turned on Golf Channel the other day, and they had the Blessing Invitational down in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Kent State playing, and Isabella Goyette playing at Kent State. So I'm watching her play on TV this week too. So it's just awesome stuff out of that program. So Borla back in the shotgun. That's Girding in motion. They're going to give it on a jet sweep. He's got room off the left side where he is brought down after a pickup. It's Parker DeSadicki, first man there.
They run that little jet sweep as well as anybody with Girding coming off the edge there. Good blocking. And now we're right back to midfield. 1st and 10.
It's a big drive for the Hornets.
Yeah.
Just 2 seconds left here in the quarter, and they are not going to get it off. So that'll bring the first quarter to an end. Hornets up 14-7. Really impressed with the start by this Kent Roosevelt Rough Rider team. Got a couple stops, able to a nice drive for a score, and that was an 80-yard drive, by the way. That was a kickoff into the end zone and an 80-yard drive for a touchdown. So, Hornets have a ball game on their hands here.
And I'm glad to see it. I like it. Let's, we got tough games ahead of us coming up. When you look at the next couple, and then when you look at Aurora, then you're into the playoffs, right? You want to find those small moments when you can kind of test yourself, right? And you're probably going to win this game, but you and I have talked about this. There's games within a game, right? That defense just gave up an 80-yard drive. Now they get to regroup, and you could see them down there in the huddle, right? Like, okay, what are we going to do to fix what just happened? And that's how you grow.
Coaches love teachable moments.
That's that teachable moment. That's right.
That's
right.
So coming in, now we head to the second quarter. Borla with 2 backs. As that ball is going to be given to Faust off the left side, and a nice pickup of about 12. Going to be good for another Hornet first down. So they've shown that from time to time, getting Faust and Miser in the backfield together, and Casey's a very good lead blocker. An unselfish player. Got a key block on that left side and sprung Evan Faust. Sprung Evan for a pickup of 12.
And now you got this formation with Girding and Dubkowski split out right with Miser in the backfield.
There's a fake.
Action.
He's looking for the post. What a ball.
Wow.
Perfectly thrown to Lucas Girding for a 40-yard touchdown pass right on the numbers.
I don't know if we can pull up a replay of that at some point, but I'm going to tell you when he did that play action, the first thought I had was, well, that corner didn't bite, or the safety. They didn't.
Correct.
He was right on him.
He was.
And only a perfect throw was gonna make that happen. And then Girding accelerated
Yes, he did.
to get to that ball.
It's called running through the football, right?
Man.
Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good.
That might be one of Borla's best throws I've seen all year, and that's saying something. He's had a bunch of good throws, but I can't picture any better than that. Man.
So some good news too, and I neglected to bring this up in the first couple extra points, but number 82, Dan Miller, is back into his short snapping duties, coming off of a foot surgery. So he's doing the extra points tonight. They're not going to have him cover any kicks or any punts, excuse me. So I know Josh Arvanites is still snapping for the punts, but Dan's been the guy the last couple years, and had a foot surgery. Not sure if he was going to be ready to go this season, but that young man worked hard, stayed with it. He was out here every day during two-a-days. I mean, just grinding through it. I mean, last week he's on the sidelines keeping the footballs dry, getting the guy, keeping the game rolling for the guys, but just so happy for him to see him back. I know it was killing him to not be out here with the guys, so nice to see him execute a couple short snaps on extra points. That ball is, they're going to run a reverse. That ball towards the sideline. Beat a man.
Wow.
And that is number 5. It's Teddy McCrone.
And he did not step out of bounds either.
He did not. No, so, okay, I'm a baseball guy. I'm just going to say, so Teddy McCrone has been the starting shortstop at Kent Roosevelt since he was a freshman. And that kid is a very, very good athlete. And been an all-conference player all 3 years, or his freshman and sophomore years, now a junior. Outstanding athlete that I know Coach Haney absolutely loves in that program over at Roosevelt. Bright future in, looks like a couple sports for him, the way he runs. Going to try a jet sweep, but the Hornets have that one strung out. That's Zywick and Noonan. Portis on the carry, but
well, like
just too much penetration play side there. You're trying to run those stretch plays. You don't have to drive guys downfield, but you cannot have penetration. And Hornets got upfield and blew that thing up for a loss of 3.
Well, the last time the Rough Riders were on the offense, they scored, right?
That's correct.
So there's a little extra fire in this Highland defense right now.
They go empty again. Quick drop, quick throw. And that ball falls incomplete. It's a hit made by Garrett Phillips. So Hornets in, he just tried to throw that kind of between the zone. And nice job there by Garrett Phillips getting over there and getting a hit on him, knocking that ball free.
And the receiver's telling Yante Smith right now as he goes back to the huddle, you got to throw it a little quicker, right? Because he was open there, but you got to hit that right now.
That's a dart. You got to throw a dart on that one.
Yeah, and he hung it out there and really hung the receiver up there a little bit too. Well,
So 3rd and 13.
That's not where you want to be against this
Tough
Highland
spot
defense,
against
man.
this defense.
Maybe another screen. Yeah.
We got a hold in the backfield as that ball is caught by number 24, Makai Jones. And certainly the Hornets will decline this penalty as that pass is going to go for a loss of 2 or 3.
I don't think we were the only ones saying watch for the screen on that play, right? I think that they had that read pretty well.
Yeah.
That's the old fool me once, but maybe not twice.
Well, and I think, I think Zywick has a sack there if he isn't tackled in the backfield by the offensive lineman.
Well, what a good response there by our defense.
Yep, get the 3 and out, get the ball back, try and swing that momentum in a 21-7 ball game.
And you know Berkmeyer and Dubkowski wouldn't mind a return opportunity here.
Snap is good. This is a little bit of a higher kick. The ball is going to bounce. Hornets are going to scatter as it's going to roll down to the 26-yard line where the Hornets will take over.
Well, it's been an entertaining, first quarter into the second quarter. We got 4 touchdowns. We got some fireworks on offense. We had a rarity, a couple good plays, scored a score against us.
Yes.
Had the chance to bounce back from adversity, and both offense and defense have done that. And now we got the ball at the 26-yard line. Looks like we might be in that same formation that you called out last time, Coach.
Yeah, and they bring Jamison Gordon in as the tight end in this formation as well. That ball is faked, and he's got Miser on the wheel route. Little stutter step inside the 20 to the 10, breaking tackles, and he is in for a touchdown. 74-yard touchdown pass. So you talk about setting up a play, right?
Yes.
They ran that power for 12 yards on the last possession.
Yes.
They fake the power there, as with Miser as the lead back, he just runs a wheel route up the sideline and there's nobody even close to him. Once he's got the ball in his hands, make a man miss, run a guy over, drag a guy into the end zone, 27-7 with the extra point to come.
Well, one of the special parts about Miser is anybody could have caught the ball, let's say, right? He was wide open. But then what he does after he gets that ball, I mean, I didn't think he was going to score on that play, right? There was a guy, I mean, he had to juke and fake and run the guy over at the end, and he just willed his way into the end zone.
Correct.
I mean, I thought he was going to get tackled at the 35-yard line.
I mean, that's going to put him well over 300 receiving yards on the season now, as that was, I believe, now it's only his 8th catch, but his 5th touchdown, and exactly 300 receiving yards on the season.
And is that 3? That's at least 3 touchdowns for him tonight.
That is correct.
Yeah. What a cool play that was. And like you said, that's things that it takes a coach to see some of that like you did. But they were setting that play up from the last drive, right? They said, okay, we're gonna 2 backs in the backfield, we're gonna give it to Faust this time, and then next time we're gonna fake it to Faust. And man, that's what people don't see about the offensive coordinator. His brain is thinking not only on this play and not only on the next play, but he's thinking the next drive and what am I doing in the next quarter.
Correct.
Even always.
Well, yeah, and you're showing stuff this week to set up stuff for next week, and you're showing stuff all season for week 10. We all know what's coming week 10. So nice job there, and at the end of the day, very well executed by that Hornet offense, as this ball is into the end zone for another touchback as the Hornets get their sprints in, racing down the field.
You know what, it's a broken record a little bit, but even the well-executed play, Borla put that ball spot on. And I know people are like, oh, well, he was open, it wasn't a far throw, but even the little things, so he didn't have to break stride, right? And then that set him up, and then when you have Miser's ability to, that's unprecedented. In the open field, he's as good as almost anybody I've ever seen at the high school level. Really is.
Talented young man.
28-7, 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
So Yante Smith bringing McCrone in motion. They fake it to him as he's being chased.
I'll tell you what, he had Matt Dean right in his grill.
He got cut off. He tried to roll out to the left, and he got cut off by Noonan. Turned around, and number 8 was flying at him, and Matt Dean forced him to throw it a little sooner than he wanted to, and that pass falls incomplete. So nice job of contain on both sides there, and forces the incompletion. Empty set here.
5 wide.
Quick drop, just a quarterback draw. That was a run the whole way. Just a little shoulder fake. That's good for a pickup of 2, maybe 3. Call it 3. Gonna be 3rd and 7.
I don't know what you call on 3rd and 7. The last 2 3rd and longs they had, they tried screen passes. One worked, one did not.
Right.
They've tried a couple reverse type of things. Those haven't worked.
The problem is trying to get a deep shot. They've had a little bit of trouble keeping him protected.
Yeah.
They're going to go a short roll as he attacks the line of scrimmage, and that is off the hands. Maybe a little bit high, but off the hands of number 4, Tyler Ellington.
Cooper Zielinski was right on him.
Cooper getting some action early.
Yeah.
A couple injuries tonight. Getting healed up in the backfield, and Cooper has played so well. I think he's got 2 interceptions. He's one of the county leaders in interceptions on the season. So nice job there by Cooper. Break that pass up. This ball is punted short, bounces at about the 50. That is going to be picked up by Dobkowski, and he picks up maybe 3 or 4 before he's forced out at the 47, maybe 48-yard line, where the Hornets will take over.
Well, you can see that they were trying to figure out what they're going to do on 3rd and 7. Back to that play, so they said, well, let's do a short roll out to the right and do something quick, right? Try to buy us a little bit of time. and they did it. But the problem is there was nobody open.
Right.
You know, there was 3 receivers flooding that right side, and they were all covered. And now the Hornets are starting right about midfield like they've done a number of times. They're at the 43-yard line with great field position. Wow,
The ball
what
is
a
kept
keep.
by by Borla. I do believe I saw a flag come in.
Yeah, they're gonna get Noonan.
Get a Noonan on a hold. So good pull, good decision there by Dylan Borla, but that's going to be wiped out.
You know, for as dominant as our offensive line could be and defensive line, we have not seen a lot of penalties on them this year. You know,
Right.
I'm looking back, I don't remember saying hold on Noonan
Correct.
previously. You know, it's inevitable. They say there's holding on every play, right? But that's a pretty well-disciplined offensive line to not be hit with holding. Now they're back with the 2 backs.
Borla on a straight drop. They're going to set up a screen to Miser.
That was well covered.
Was very well covered. As that was
Number 1 and number 59.
Jaden Dennison and Carter Foreman. Both saw that play coming. Pick up a couple. Maybe 4 yards on the pickup. Going to bring up a 2nd and 16.
Williams and Girding off to the right and Tomkowski to the left.
And that's going to be a free 5 yards. Hornets go with a hard count. I like that in that spot too. You know, you're behind the sticks. That extra 5 yards on 2nd down. 2nd and 11 is a lot different than 2nd and 16.
That could end up being the difference between 4th and 2 and 4th and 7 or
It
something
opens up,
like
it opens
that, right?
up the options of the play
Yep.
caller. And
Good work by Borla there. I have to believe there was a hard count mixed in there.
there's a give to Miser. So he's got a hole off the left side, and he's taken down by number 45 right at the 40-yard line. That's Gavin Edwards.
That was one of those miser runs. There wasn't a lot there initially,
Right.
and he made something happen to the tune of 17 yards.
So 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Borla takes the snap, play fake, shoulder fake. That's over the middle to Girding. He breaks 2 tackles.
Oh, wow.
And he is in with a
That a
key
boy,
block out there
Faust.
by Evan Faust.
What a play that was. What a good decision by Borla. I think he wanted to go to the guy streaking down the left side.
Yep.
He's covered, so he comes back and hits Girding.
And Girding came on a dig route from the other
Yeah.
side.
Good throw, good catch. But then your favorite part of that play and mine was what Faust did. Evan Faust down blocking by the 10-yard line.
Miller snap,
By Miller.
Gibb hold. And Kausa's kick is up and through.
That's the second time we're saying this at least, but without, or maybe third. It's a heck of a play, but without that block, it's not a touchdown.
Correct.
Probably not, right? But Faust did not give up.
Right.
He didn't just block him and then say, okay, I got my block in. He held that block for 3 to 4 seconds.
Yep.
That was cool.
Good stuff. And like you said, another really good decision and
Yeah,
good read by
it was.
Dylan Borla. There's a lot going on that.
Yeah.
A play fake in the backfield, a shoulder fake on a double move. Then that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Lets that dig route get across the field to open up some space.
But that's where
And
you
then
got to hand
Girding
it.
breaks 2 tackles when he catches the ball.
And all that's true, and you got to give the big boys up front the credit because what you just described took about 3 to 4 seconds.
Right.
and you don't have 3 to 4 seconds if your guys on the line are not doing their job.
That ball is booted into the end zone again. Kickoff team getting their sprints in.
We talked about automatic pool covers of Northeast Ohio and the benefits of these guys: enhanced safety and security, reduced maintenance costs, increased energy efficiency, convenient functionality, humidity control for indoor pools. Contact these guys to learn more about how they can enhance your pool experience. 330-659-6684. We sure appreciate you guys sponsoring.
Thank you, Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio. So 5 wide again. So he's trying to get rid of it quick. Finds a hole up the middle and slides down after a pickup of about 12. That was not a designed run. They were trying to set up a little bubble screen outside, and Hornets read it well. But once he saw that middle of the field get vacated, took what the Hornet D was going to give him and got upfield for a pickup of 12.
You know, we haven't had the chance to talk about the Rough Riders coach, Cardell Jackson, but he's in his second year. He's a Roosevelt grad. He was on their last conference championship in 2013 on that team, multi-sport athlete, and he's come in here and he's another one of these young coaches that we talked about, Jay, that's inserting from some energy. And you could see it. It's an uphill battle for these guys tonight, obviously, right? And there's
it's Mekhi Jones on the tackle, and it looked like Zywick ran him down from behind from his defensive tackle position.
But look, they're hurrying things up a little bit with 4 wide outs.
4 wide. They're going to go with a quick screen out there, as that was caught in a pickup of about 3, maybe 4. That was once again Mekhi Jones on the reception. Yeah, I like that. Getting the line quick. 4 receivers on one side of the formation. Just flip it out there. You've got numbers. And a nice pickup of 4. That's what they need on first down. You need to pick up 4 yards on first down.
But that's what I'm talking about with Cardell Jackson, man. He's come in here and he's got some energy going and he's trying some things, right? I mean, I like it.
So it is indeed 3rd down. I misspoke there. And with a deep drop. Deep drops. And that ball is intercepted. Intercepted by Nick Dobkowski.
And I was looking back at what Jamison Gordon was doing to cause that throw.
So, you know, a lot of good coverage in the backfield. Yeah. Then the pressure flushes him, and then he's got J-Mo Gordon in his face, throws a ball up, and Nick Dobkowski makes a play on the football. And for the 3rd time tonight, the Hornets take over right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the half. Hornets with 3 receivers right. Miser in the backfield with Borla. Borla keeps it, swings it out. Nice pickup of about 6, maybe 7. And that was Girding again on that catch.
Well, it was a good strong throw. That throw was a 25-yard throw,
right?
And you got to get that out there quick to give him a chance, and he did. But when you get a chance, when you fake it to Miser up the middle, that creates some opportunities for people on the edge.
And that's an RPO. That's a full-blown. You've got 3 options on that. As this one is given to Miser, and he is taken down at the 36-yard line. But that run is good enough to move the chains.
And there's Ryan Zywick, 15 yards downfield, putting a safety on his back.
So 1st and 10, 36-yard line. Play fake, Borla. And that is Girding on the sideline, another perfectly thrown ball. And that ball is complete. I couldn't tell if he kept his feet in from here, but he did.
Did he roll right on that one?
He
It
did.
was a roll right, flood right.
Correct.
At least that's what we used to call it.
Yep.
And you had Berkmeyer short, Girding in the middle, and Dubkowski on a flag pattern deep.
It's a classic layer the defense,
But
get them compromised.
But I'll tell you what, he could have hit Berkmeyer short, and but he saw, you know what? He keeps his eyes downfield so well.
There's a give to Miser, picking his way through, and now inside the 5 before he's taken down by number 18 of the Rough Riders, Rashawn Talbert. And there is a penalty flag down. And we're going to get the Hornets on a hold. I'll wipe out a nice run there by Casey. That'll bring up a 1st and 14. So obviously that penalty was committed downfield a little bit because that's 10 yards from the spot of the penalty.
Yeah, that was somebody blocking downfield, wasn't it?
Yes. So 3 receivers left. Dobkowski alone on the right side. Miser takes the snap, keeps it, rolling right, gonna keep this one, and taken down. Another flag down. We're gonna get a hold on a receiver out here?
Again?
It is.
You know, I had it in the binoculars right in the middle. I don't want to say I didn't see a hold, but I saw some aggressive blocking is what I saw. But it's a hold, and 2 plays in a row. But that was a real good decision by Borla.
Yes, it was.
I mean, he kept it, and the D-line caved in on Miser, and he showed his speed that we've talked about before that's sneaky quick. It impresses me, Borla.
So once again, that penalty is marked off from the spot of the infraction, so it's now it's 1st and 7.
Yeah, the penalty was at the 3-yard line at the end of the run.
How often do you see a 1st and 7?
Yeah.
Borla on a give to Miser, picking his way up through as that offensive line is just moving humanity.
59's made some plays today for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. That's Carter Foreman.
Yeah.
A linebacker, always around the football.
There's a couple Foremans. He's one of them, and then his brother, 34, is Kyler Foreman.
Okay.
So they've both made some plays on this defense.
6'3", 215. Offensive lineman and linebacker having a nice game. So 2nd and 1. Borla fakes it to Miser, swings it out to Faust, fighting inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 1st down, picks up about 8. Going to be 1st and goal from the 2. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the half.
Goes Girding and Dubkowski out to the right, Berkmeyer to the left. Is that extra tight end, is that?
That is Faust.
Oh.
Is this another high snap over Borla's head, and he just going to cover it up? It's the second one that we've seen tonight.
We've been inside the 30 for the last 7 plays, and between penalties and that snap, we keep getting pushed back a little bit here, but we're still okay because it's only 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 26. Borla with a play fake. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck this one and keep it. Cuts back inside. Down inside to about the 10, and there's another penalty flag down. So this is going to be a hold or a block in the back.
That's 3 holds in the last 6 plays.
I will say, as a former offensive lineman, oh, they are going to wave it off. I will say, as an offensive lineman, those busted plays, you don't see what's going on behind you. Your defender that you're trying to block does. There's a lot going on there, so it can be tough. You know, that was supposed to be a straight drop.
Yep.
He scrambles left, then he keeps the play alive, cuts back inside.
That's a good point.
So, you know, a lot going on there.
You don't know where your quarterback's at all the time as an O-lineman, huh?
3rd and goal. Give to Miser, patient run, touchdown. Just let those blocks set up and takes it in. So all of that, you know, all the penalties and everything, and Hornets find a way.
Well, that was a resilient drive is what it was. You know, we could have we had some excuses why we weren't going to punch it in, but those boys seemingly weren't going to be denied.
Perfect snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good.
It's good to see you talk about Dan Miller coming back. You know, I know Josh Arvanites covered off that position well while Dan was out, and I bet you Dan was involved in helping Josh, you know, figure out what's what, and he did a good job. And now Dan gets to come back and play the last half of the year, right, battling like he has.
And you know, Dan's a good athlete, really good baseball player, had a great year for us last year on the mound. So glad to see him getting healthy, getting back out here. I know he loves being a part of all these programs.
I love to see that. Hey, talking about the second half too, don't go anywhere because the score's a little bit lopsided, but we're gonna talk about some other scores around the area, and then we're gonna have a special playoff seating section with the coach here. We'll go over some what we're seeing for playoff seedings early on. It is that time of year, Jay, so we got to start looking at that.
Scoreboard watching has officially begun.
Well, Highland's got themselves in a good spot within the 2nd seed in our region. Is that what I saw?
That is correct. As this ball is
clobbered as
into
usual.
the end zone.
Yeah, so we'll talk in the second half about a little bit more of the couple of the fall sports that we didn't cover off on yet. We'll talk about some other scores like Wadsworth, Nordonia is a big game going on tonight in the Suburban National Conference, probably for the national championship, you know, of that side of our division. And then who knows what else we'll get into.
All kinds of good stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we'll see some young guys get more opportunities as typical in the second half of these games, but let's see if the Rough Riders can't put a few good plays together here.
Now Wadsworth up 20-13. 20-13 with about 2 minutes left in the half.
That sounds like a good game down in Wadsworth. Well, Nordonia was embarrassed last year by Wadsworth. They won, I think I saw 55-14. So there was definitely some interest in coming down and making it a better ball game.
Sure.
Sounds like they're doing that. Yante Smith's by himself in the backfield.
So 5 wide. Fake the jet sweep. It's going to be kept by Yante. But he is stacked up. Once again, pressure play side on a stretch play.
There was all
Looks like the Hornets are going to use their first timeout. They had all 3 remaining. They're going to use their first.
Number 8 was there. Dean, 54.
And it's Noonan.
7, 50. And the rest of the D-line was in there. But that was one of those plays where our DNs, they do a good job of staying home, you know, on that. And in that case, I think it was Dean on the right side. But it's tough to run wide against this. It's tough to run right at our defense, obviously.
Right.
But it's also tough to run around the edges because they're well disciplined. They're aggressive.
Disciplined. They're fast. They're athletic, and
Yeah.
they're all good tacklers. You know, at the end of the day, that's a big part of it too. They get there, but they also make the play once they get there. So
That's a good point. I don't want to talk about any Brown stuff and drag us down, but
let's not
you
watch.
know, you're right.
Let's not learn about tackling from the Cleveland
No, you
Browns.
watch these games and you don't see many missed tackles. You know, these Hornet games. You're right.
So J-Mo Gordon on a blitz, and he is brought down by Ryan Zywick. Another quick timeout. They brought J-Mo Gordon on a blitz, and you know, you've got him coming B gap, and you've got Ryan Zywick coming A gap. That's a lot. That's a lot of athlete to try and block, and Rough Riders not able to do it there as the Hornets take their second timeout. Minute 43 left in the half. Gonna be fourth down.
Well, I think it's a chance to see if you can't, you know, get the ball back with some time left and get an opportunity to run your 2-minute offense a little bit, right? And you don't get to work on that as much. And as a coach, you want to take the opportunities that you can.
Correct. Yep, live reps are the best reps.
Yeah.
So that's Macron on the punt, and it's caught by Berkmeyer, who loses his footing. Hornets are going to take over in Rough Rider territory once again.
I don't know if there's any more homecoming festivities at halftime, but I see the band getting ready to go out there. It was neat to see the pregame homecoming things.
Always a fun weekend, right?
The girls out there with their families, and
yes,
that was. Well, they did get great weather, like we talked about early on. Once you get into October, you're not sure how many rounds of golf you have left.
That's right.
You're not, so to speak.
Yes.
You know. So it's nice that we got a beautiful night.
That ball's given to Miser off the right side, picking his way through. And he's going to pick up 9. I think he's going to be short of the first down. Yeah, about 9 yards. Hornets right back to the ball. So like we're talking about, this is a good let's see how efficient these boys can be in this spot. Borla takes a snap, straight drop, got it out to Berkmeyer. Nice job now.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, that was Lucas Girding. My
yeah.
apologies. But a good pass, get the first down, get out of bounds. Now you can huddle. We reset. Get the play you want. Minute and 11 seconds left. So Borla takes the snap, fakes it to Miser. He's got, and that's going to be a pass interference and a touchdown.
That's Dobkowski.
That is Nick Dobkowski. You know, what a great job concentrating through that pass interference to make that play.
Yeah, because it was one of those clear pass interferences.
Yes.
The guy's barreling into him as the ball was a little bit underthrown. But it wasn't a terrible pass, right? But he got downfield pretty far, and the way that he came back and fought for that ball was pretty cool.
Go high point the football. Good things happen when you high point the football. Snap is good, hold is good. And that will make it 49-7. So 35 unanswered points for the Hornets. Minute and 4 seconds left.
Well, they probably heard me up here talking about when it was 14-7. I said, let's see how we respond.
I'm sure
I would say that they responded well.
Response was spot on.
But that's good because you know what? The defense did give up the 80-yard drive, right? And I don't think they've given up a yard since then. I could be wrong, but not many yards.
Well, and I know. We talked about these last couple of weeks. I know. 49-0, 49-7. Well, 7 of those points were scored against the second stringers in the second half.
Right.
So that's the first touchdown that the starting D's given up in about a month.
Yeah.
So
it'll happen though, right?
It will.
These are young guys and they're athletes, and it happens at every level. So they responded real well.
Ball.
I do love that kid's leg, man.
Oh, such a weapon.
Sheesh.
Just take the possibility of a big play out of the game. Got a couple fresh faces coming in the ball game here. As I see number 75 for the Hornets. That's John Pavlock. Number 72, Tommy Fern.
Yeah. 65.
So that's Cody Bendow.
There you go. Good.
So getting some fresh faces in the middle of the Hornet D line. That ball is handed off, and he is.
That was Faustin Phillips, I think.
Phillips flying up there from that safety spot to make a play.
Well, they had him up that play. They had him up closer to the line of scrimmage. They walked him up a little bit. Yeah, he did pursue that well. I think they may be content to.
I can't imagine they're looking to run more than one more play. Play clock is at 10 seconds. Snap is going to be kept and stacked up immediately. Forward progress going to give him about 2 yards, going to bring up 3rd and 10, but that will be the final play of the first half. So, Brandon, what do you got for me as we head to half here?
As we always do, we're going to work with Andrew and the team of expert statisticians, and we're going to round up the numbers so that we can give them back to the viewers and when we come back on air. And I bet you we're going to see a pretty even disbursement of yards in the air and on the ground as we usually see. We're going to see some more touchdowns from Miser and the usual suspects, and we're going to see a dominant defensive effort. Outside of that one drive, we're going to see it was a good first half.
So, like you said earlier, stick around. We got a couple really nice band performances coming up here. I know I always enjoy watching the Rough Rider band when we get to see them come to town or over at their place, and then of course the Pride of Highland to follow. So
good.
Enjoy a little respite, enjoy a little entertainment, and we will be back with you for the second half.
Amen.
Under the direction of Dr. John Repke and Mrs. Andrea Flanagan, with color guard advisor Theodore Knight, percussion advisor Andy Flanagan, and drum majors Natalie Roger and Cherry Stanley, Theodore Roosevelt High School proudly presents the Rough Rider Marching Band. Tonight, we invite you to enjoy some Latin magic. Stan Kenton in 1956, this became one of the most influential Latin jazz recordings of all time. This is La Suerte de los Tontos. Originally the sixth movement of his suite Andalusia, we conclude our show with Ernesto Lecuona's popular and enduring piece, Malagueña.
We open tonight's performance with a song made famous by the rock and jazz fusion band Chicago. Here's 25 or 6 to 4. Our next song is an indie pop hit by the band Fits and the Tantrums. Here is their catchy breakout single, Hand Clap. tonight's performance with a song from the English rock band Def Leppard, featured on their 1987 album titled Hysteria. Here is Pour Some Sugar on Me. The Highland Marching Band is thrilled to announce our Muscles for Music fundraiser was a tremendous success. A huge thank you goes out to all of our sponsors and participants who helped make this event possible. We'd love to give a special shout out to CMK Home Solutions and Eric Von Hook for their generous support of our band program. Thank you so much.
All right, welcome back to Highland High School, North Gateway Tire Field. And as a halftime winding down here, we'll get you some halftime stats. You know, a half dominated by the Hornet offense. You know, 420 total yards for the Hornets, 79 for Roosevelt, and they had an 80-yard drive for a touchdown. So that tells you a little bit about the other possessions. But like you were talking about, very balanced attack, right?
Yeah, we predicted that balanced
Yes.
attack, right? I mean, 420 yards,
Right.
274 in the air. That leaves 146 on the ground. And as you were talking about, Miser was all over the place
Right.
again.
Yeah, I mean, Miser, 14 carries, 154, 4 touchdowns total because he had 2 receptions for 78 yards. You know, so those 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving. You know, Borla 12 of 15, so not only 275 passing yards, but that passing completion percentage just continues to be as efficient as you see at this level. And I think one thing that was really nice and cool to see is Lucas Girding 121 receiving yards in the first half. So, you know, balanced, dominant, and like you made the point earlier today. You know, we could talk about all these numbers and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, 5 big boys up front, protecting Dylan. You know, making holes for Miser. That gives, you know, Girding and Dubkowski and those guys opportunities to make plays down the field. So just an outstanding half of football. And, you know, we head into a second half where we're going to have a running clock again.
Well, it's what we've seen many times this year, Jay. You know, it's balanced. It's play calling, it's execution, it's setting some things up for down the way, right? It's handing it to Fouls next time, play action, pulling the linebackers in. But it's also it's the boys making things happen. It's Borla putting the ball on the money 95% of the time. It's Girding and Berkmeyer and Dubkowski and Miser making the catches, and it's the big boys up front blocking that, you know, you don't see a lot of these guys' names, whether it's one of them's hurt, one of them's not playing today, but when you see Zywick and Nowak and Bendow and Coyne and McKean and what those guys have done all year long and Noonan, they don't show up in the stat sheet, but when Borla drops back and makes a couple different reads and nobody's near him most of the time, that's those guys up front. When Miser's going through the hole and hitting it and doing what he does, you could put Miser and Borla on a team with a bad offensive line, and they're not, you know that. They're not going to be able to do what they do.
Sure. Yeah, and I think those guys take pride in that too. They don't need their names on stat sheets and all that other stuff. You know, they come out of games where they had 300 rushing yards, and they're proud of that number. And and at the end of the day, to these guys, and I think that one of the most impressive things about this group is, at the end of the day, the only stat they care about is that score at the end of a ball game.
And you could see it. You could see it in this team watching them, that they play together, that they play unselfish. You could see them picking each other up. You could see them not getting down on each other.
There's a line drive kick. They faked the reverse this time. It is kept, and he is met quickly. That was Portis on the return.
But just to finish that up, Jay, you see this team, and they pull for each other and they root for each other, and they're happier when a teammate makes the play, when they make the play, and they're blocking downfield and they're working together, and it's a special thing to see.
Yes.
And I give the coaches credit for instilling that team atmosphere, and I give the captains credit, and I give the boys, you know, for carrying out the mission that they're out there to do, and they have their sights set high this year.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see what Ken can do here to open up the second half.
So straight drop. That ball is completed to Disadaki. So 3 receivers to that side, kind of a layered approach as they're going to go quick here into a, you know, under center, little wing T action on a little jet sweep.
That was Kyle Williams and Matt Dean
Interesting. When you talk about something out of a formation out of nowhere. You go from a 4-wide receiver completion on first down for 6 yards to lining up in a tight wing T type of formation.
Yeah.
And going jet sweep to make it 3rd and 2.5.
Right, and go and hurry too, yeah.
Now they come right back out in 5 wide. So Deontay Smith in the shotgun alone. That
was a crafty play.
Yes,
there.
it was, because Garrett Phillips had a free run on him, just not able to get him on the ground.
No, he
Deontay
wasn't.
steps up in the pocket, works back over to his left, and found an open spot. Completed a nice pass for a first down.
That's the second time we've seen Deontay Smith working to the left and keeping his eyes upfield and making a real good play to move the chains.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 46-yard line.
You know, for a young team like this, anytime you get a first down, it's against a defense like this, that gives you confidence, right? That's something for these young guys to build on, I think.
High snap is handled well by Deontay Smith. Nice job there by, that was number 72, Tommy Fern. Did a nice job forcing that play back inside, where that ball is swarmed up by the Hornets. Pickup of about 2. Phillips and Noonan on that tackle. But Tommy Fern did a nice job getting penetration.
Well, what those D linemen do really help the linebackers, right? When you look at Jamison Gordon, I don't know how many tackles he has this year. It's a lot. But he'd be the first to tell you those D linemen make a big impact on what our backers can do to free them up.
Deontay Smith on a roll to his right. Pass is completed.
That's Ellington.
Ellington breaking a couple tackles. The ball is out.
Whistle had blown, and
they're going to say he had stepped out of bounds before the ball came out.
And a flag came out. I think.
So nice completion and a tough run on that sideline by Ellington.
We're going to get him for a hold. Yeah, it's one of those downfield blocks that the refs have called numerous times tonight.
Yep. So it's still going to be 2nd and 1.
So your point, though, that was a good play. That was a positive play for Kent. They made a good play. They got it out to a playmaker, and from a Highland defensive perspective, you're not going to hold teams to no yards, right? I mean, they gave up the drive in the first half. They didn't give any yards up after that.
Right.
And now it's 2nd and 1.
That's going to be I believe the center snapped the ball and nobody moved.
Well,
and I feel like he even hesitated. He knew as he was snapping it that was not the count.
That's a tough mistake there to go from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 6. But I'll tell you who did move after was Noonan. He moved about 2 offensive linemen on their butts. Jeez, it's a powerful young man.
Yes, he is. So 2nd and 6. As the Rough Riders will come out of the huddle. Couple tight ends in the game now. Little pump fake, double move. Looking up the sideline, and that is just out of reach. Wow. So a little stop and go. And, Kyle Williams did not do a bad job of reading that, and he stayed in the hip pocket, but that was
well, I think
just out of his reach, and Jaden Portis has some speed to burn.
Well, we've seen it already in the first half with Portis, and he can move.
Yes,
that's a tough assignment for Kyle Williams out there, and they almost connected, but now it's back to 3rd and 6.
Snap is a little high. They're setting up a screen here. And he is going to be just shy of the first down, about 2 yards shy.
Well, that was a play where the safety and the linebacker, Dean and maybe Phillips, when they started that play off, I thought it was a well-executed play, right? It looked like it was going to go for yards, but our guys swarmed in pretty quick.
Yes.
I mean,
only giving up 4 yards on a screen pass.
That looked to be a lot more than that.
Had the D-line fooled, but not the linebackers and safeties. So nice job by Matt Dean, and I think you're right. I think that was Garrett Phillips
coming in.
As the Rough Riders are going to take a timeout. Real quick, I was looking at some halftime scores.
Oh, there we go.
And
I know Wadsworth and Nardoni are in a dogfight now.
Wadsworth was up 20-16. I think one of the craziest ones is Walsh Jesuit has a 13-0 lead on Hoban. 13-0 on Hoban. Wadsworth 20-16. So I thought that those were kind of interesting.
Those are the two biggest games that people were talking about this weekend for sure. Because Hoban looks to be a matchup certainly deep in the playoffs, you know, against
Wait, how good is that Walsh team?
Yeah,
they're the real deal because, I mean, there's Division I athletes all over the place on that Hoban roster, including a linebacker going to Ohio State. So
we'll have to keep an eye on both of those scores.
Yes. So he's going to keep it and just know where to go. Ball's out, and it is covered up by the Rough Riders. I believe that number 58, Patrick Barkley.
Well, they never had a chance to pick up that fourth down anyway. That looked like a read option. He decided to keep it, and once he had it in his hands, there was no option. You know, a lot of black shirts in his face. That right side of our defensive line with Dean and I don't know if that was Noonan or Zywick, but that was one of those where he couldn't keep it, he couldn't give it away. There was nothing he could have done about that.
Yes. So it appears that Dylan Borla's night is done as Grady Gibb has come into the game, with Lazar in the backfield with him. Give to Dylan Lazar. Up the middle, he's going to stretch it out.
I always like seeing Lazar come in the game.
He runs so hard. I love it.
He runs hard. He's shifty. He's hard to bring down. How big is he? I know he's not the biggest kid in the world, but I think he must have a strong lower half because he breaks tackles too.
Well, okay, so coming into the night, 18 carries, 136 yards and a touchdown. That's 7.6 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So it's a jet sweep. Big gain there off the left side. That ball was given to Anthony DePompe, coming from his F position in motion, and that'll move the chains for the Hornets. DePompe's he's a good athlete, got good speed. So Gibb in the shotgun with Lazar. Gibb's gonna keep this one off the left side before he's forced out. Looked like maybe Michael Shannon forced him out of bounds on the sideline, but not before Grady could pick up about 6 yards, bring up 2nd and 4. They faked the jet sweep that time and went used that motion as a lead block. Got the edge there. Gibb on a give to Lazar, and that was brought down quickly.
Well, it's always good to see Gibb come in too, because you don't want to look too far ahead, but Gibb could get an opportunity next year, to be the quarterback, right? And I saw him early on in the year and at the first scrimmage, And the kid can play ball, right? I mean, and you never know as a backup quarterback, you never know when your number is going to be called at any point. And he comes in, and there's not much of a drop-off.
So Gibb and Lazar together in the backfield. That Gibb's going to keep it again.
Wow,
finds a hole up the middle.
He's quick, too. That was a great decision
yes.
there. How hard is that, too, to come in, come in the third quarter and keep the momentum going for these guys?
Minute 35 in this running clock in the third quarter. Gibb on a roll. He's going to keep it, cut back.
Breaks a couple tackles.
Before he's brought down by number 64 for the Rough Riders, that Noah Dunlap from his defensive line position, but not before Grady could pick up about 3.5, maybe 4.
I always like to see the second unit offensive line come in because, again, right there, Gibb had plenty of time to make some decisions.
Yes.
Nobody was near him. 2nd and 6.
See Pavlock and Throckmorton on the left side of the offensive line. Bobbled by Gibb. He's going to keep it up the middle. Stretches out down to about the 6-yard line. Nice job making a little something out of nothing there. Snap was a little low. Grady didn't panic, picked it up, got upfield. So it'll be third and 4 here as the quarter will come to an end.
That's a quick third quarter. So we want to thank again our sponsors, Amanda Falls State Farm Insurance, big time in this community, big time in helping us put these productions on. There's a lot that goes on here, and it costs money to do that, and we appreciate you, Amanda Fall and State Farm Insurance, what you do in this community. And then we also want to thank Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio as well. We got 2 sponsors tonight, and both local companies that we can give an opportunity to when we're able. I don't have a pool. If I did, I'd be looking for a pool cover from these guys.
That's true.
But seriously, we appreciate both of you, and we have hopefully we have a couple more of these broadcasts coming up.
Yes.
Next week.
I'm hoping we have 3 more.
Hopefully 3 more.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Next week's a big one with senior night. We got Revere.
Correct,
coming
yes.
into town
And
on a
reminder, that's a good point, too. Reminder, we're coming to you next Thursday evening for senior night at home, obviously, against Revere. So we've got Gibb in the backfield. He's going to fake the jet sweep, taking it up the middle. Fighting inside the 5-yard line. That's going to be a first down, I believe. And it will. So 1st and goal. Liam Zielinski in the game. Anthony DePompe in the game.
Is that Tommy Fern over at right tackle?
It is.
Cody Bendow over at right guard.
J.P. Quinn, wide receiver left, number 13. Come jet motion. They're going to give it. And that is Liam Zielinski, Anthony DePompe stretching out for the pylon to get in for a Hornet touchdown. I'll tell you what, I like the way he runs that jet sweep because he gets that thing. He's got a full head of steam. Got options at that point.
Man, that was a real good drive there to open up the half or the to finish it off here to start off the fourth quarter. I mean, that was playmakers everywhere.
What else we got? What other fall sports we got to talk about?
Yeah, that's a good point too. What
do we got? Well, we got volleyball. How about our volleyball team?
Well, the thing about the volleyball team is you see the 6 straight Suburban League championships that they clinched. I think it was last night or the night before.
I believe Wednesday
but
night. Yeah.
To clinch 6 straight championships is actually hard. It's the first time in Medina County history that any team, I believe, has won 6 straight conference championships.
And this is coming off of a season that they made a run to regionals last year, lost a heartbreaker in a regional final last year, lost a really good player, to graduation last year, and Coach Merck just keeping those young ladies rolling. Yeah. I mean, 16-4, another conference title, doing what they do over there in the gymnasium in the fall.
Well, 6 in a row, right? That's a bunch of classes coming in and out of here, and that's called a program
it's
right
development
there that is
everything
built.
that goes with it.
Yeah.
So 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this running clock. There's another kick down, caught just inside of or just outside of the goal line. Bounces off a tackle.
Hornets again.
And he runs out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Nice return.
He's made a bunch of plays tonight, hasn't he?
He's had a nice ball game.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's the thing. Like, you scoreboard, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's some good athletes on that side between Portis and McCrone.
Yeah.
And I think Yante Smith has had a nice game too. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of time to do things, but the athleticism's there, the decision making is there.
Yes.
He's thrown a couple really nice balls on the run, where he's made some more time for himself. So, I think, and again, to your point, they're young. A lot of underclassmen
They're
in
all
that.
going to be back next year.
Yes.
And a freshman tailback, how often do you see that?
Right. Yante on a straight drop. And that ball was maybe just a little bit behind number 3, Siddiqui.
Looks like maybe hands to the face here by, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
On the defense, though.
Mo Abu Hamde made a nice play on the ball there to break that up. But that's a personal foul. That'll be a 15 yards, and that'll result in a first down. So that must have happened in somewhere amongst the big boys.
Might have been 75, but I think sometimes you know better than me, but sometimes your hands can get a little high, and, there was no malintent there, but he got up around the helmet, I think.
So 1st and 10, 49-yard line.
Oh,
that is a big hit there by
number
23 flying up in there. That's Derek Fallon. Love to see that.
And yeah, Lazar was in there too, who's also playing. What is that, middle backer?
Yes, he is. Yeah, so that was the Mike linebacker and the
So I knew,
outside linebacker.
I said Dylan Lazar is a tough, strong kid, right? It says he's 5'7", 170, but he plays bigger than that.
He sure does. That ball is given to number 1. Contact in the backfield, spins off of it. It's got a hole, and he is brought down at the 25-yard line. Jaden Dennison with a nice run.
Number 9 brought him down.
That's Mo Abu Hamde.
That's Mo Abu Hamde.
Nice job not giving up on that play.
Well, that's a touchdown-saving tackle right there, and no, he didn't give up on that play.
Yeah, they had him at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
And I just spun off that contact.
It was like the right defensive end was getting blocked and almost had that tackle. I don't know if that was.
Ball bobbled around, steps up in the pocket. He's going to keep it. Deontay Smith scrambles. Nice pick up there.
You know what? It's a good test for our defense too, because Roosevelt still has their starting offense in. Okay.
Yeah, this is good for these young men.
Yeah, right. You know, a lot of times maybe you'll see the backups on backups, but for these guys to get an opportunity to face the ones here.
It's Connor Howman on the stop for the Hornets, sophomore. Deontay Smith gonna roll right. He's got pressure in his face.
Oh.
And he is swallowed up. That was Lazar. That was
Spencer Marquis.
That was also
71.
Derek Fallon and Wyatt Sitz, number 71. So nice little meeting in the backfield from those four guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, 79, is that Marquis? He was right. He made a real good, he looked like Myles Garrett coming in off that edge. What a good play. Now they got him behind the chains here, 2nd and 15.
Quick fade route.
Oh,
wow, that was
how
a
about
nice
that?
play.
21. Is that Zielinski?
It's Liam Zielinski.
I thought
just doing what Liam Zielinski does.
Well, number 10 is one of their starting receivers, and he's a tall young man, and Zielinski's given up. I'm going to see how tall he is. 6'4", okay? How tall is Zielinski?
Zielinski is...
He's not 6'4".
He is not. He's 5'9".
Okay, and he made an aggressive play on that ball.
Stuck the hand in there, knocked the ball away.
Well done.
Beautiful stuff. Back to pass again. Stepping up in the pocket, now rolling to his right. He's got a little space before he is drugged down on the sideline by, looked like Lazar, maybe the first man there.
Yeah, also
Derek Fallon over there as well.
81 was around that ball. Is that Planica?
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you what, for those guys, Deontay Smith had some green in front of him, Jay, and those guys stepped up, and now they held him, and they got him in a 4th down,
gonna attempt a field goal here.
Situation here.
And it's blocked.
I couldn't tell who.
I wish I could have seen who got that. That happened so fast, but I know the pressure was in the middle, and I just saw an arm go up. And hey, a zero's a zero, right? So at the end of the day, that's a nice job by that defense.
Well, and we talked about it, the defense going against the ones, and to get a stop like that, and it goes back to Abu Hamde's, he makes the saving tackle, right? Then it goes back to Zielinski.
Right.
Making that play. Talk about a team effort on that drive.
Yes.
And then it goes back to when Deontay Smith had open green, and our guys hawked him down to force that 4th down. Man. Oh, and then it even goes back to the sack that Marquis and the guys had, right, for that 5-yard loss. What a team effort on that drive. Well done, boys.
So that ball is given to Colton Winston. Nice hard run by Colton Winston. No hesitation hitting the hole there.
He never does he? Never hesitates.
Aiden Poulis in at the quarterback, number 14. Another give to Winston up the middle, fighting hard.
Good run.
Another pickup of about 11, and another Hornet 1st down.
Hey, I forgot to mention to you, Jay, I was at halftime. I went down to get a burger, and I ran into the 1992 Highland homecoming queen down there. It's a true story.
Who is that?
Well, you may know this young
might
lady.
know her.
Her name is Amy Grissom.
That's right.
Okay. So I wanted her. Remind the viewers of your bride.
Yes, yes. I'm sure she'll be really happy that you mentioned the year too. That's awesome.
Well, I wanted to call out Amy, but I also wanted to call you out as the lucky man that you are.
That's true. I have indeed outkicked my coverage.
Well, you guys are,
as they say,
a great couple, and I couldn't let homecoming go by without mentioning mentioning Amy. She'll be happy that we did that.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. Gonna take a knee. Do we have any more fall sport updates? Is there anything that we've missed, or we squared away there? Oh, tennis, girls tennis, real quick. 18-2, another Suburban League title for Coach Reynolds. Just an outstanding job, and then across country, you have a couple busy weeks coming up.
Well, cross country, they're going to Medina tomorrow. Then they have the Suburban League Championship coming up, and what Ty Scambati and Oren Scranton and Ryder Donaldson and Matt Reedy and the team are doing is very good. The girls are going to Medina tomorrow. So, all that to say, we have a great sports program here, and I'm honored to be a small part of it and getting to call these games with you, Jay.
Always fun. So Hornets 56, Roosevelt 7. Take care of business night, and next week. So kind of an interesting schedule this week. Playing on a Thursday, bringing the guys in on Sunday for a workout, so they can keep that normal weekly schedule. So they're going to have a workout on Sunday. And we will be with you for senior night next Thursday, or at least one of us will. You got to do what you got to do. I get it.
Well, I hate to miss a game.
I know you do. I know you do.
But I'll be back with us for playoff time, and it's been another fun night here at North Gateway Tire Field. It was a beautiful night, a lot of fun.
Yes.
And we appreciate it, Jay.
Hey, Nordonia up 23-20 now in the end of the third quarter. So,
wow.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Short second half. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but here we are. We will see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Jay.